Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1955 Royal HHE vintage desktop typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. This is the adjustable paper guide. It helps load the paper in straight. This is the paper bell that sits on top and holds it down. This model has magic margins, so wherever you want the margin to be, say you want it right there, you just flip that magic margin switch and it'll send the magic margin to that spot. If you want it closer to the edge, you just hold the magic margin and push the carriage at the same time to wherever you want it. I'm going to set it right there at the end. And the same concept for the right side. Move it a little bit closer to the edge. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip the switch here to the 2. Skips 2. Next one skips 3. That works good. We're gonna keep it on single and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I was able to type most of the letters on a single line because this has Elite typeface, which prints 12 characters per inch versus the standard Pika, which is 10. So this has a little bit smaller characters, so you can fit more letters on a page. Type a sentence on the next line. This typewriter was top of the line during this time era, made out of some of the best parts you can find, all high quality parts, and they will never be able to reproduce something like this in mass quantities ever again. The cost is just too high. Imagine trying to put something like this together. The labor alone would be through the roof. So if you want something reliable that will last forever, you got to go with these old vintage typewriters. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You just flip it forward. It unlocks the rollers underneath the plat, allowing you to pull the page out easy, or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that switch back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, you just hit the shift button again, backspace on the top left. That works good. Margin release on the top right. You get to the end of the margin, you hit that margin release. It will allow you to type past that. Typically, when you get to the end, it will lock your keys, and if you hit that margin release, it will allow you to type past that block. Top right here, we have the color selector switch. Right now it's on blue, which prints the top portion of the ribbon. You switch it to red, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. Right now we have a solid black ribbon, so we'll keep it on blue. And the white one doesn't print anything at all. The vibrator, which is the thing that goes up and down, does not go up at all when you have it on white. The tab function, right now we don't have any tabs, so as you can see, it goes slamming all the way to the end. So I always like to set one here somewhere in the middle. You just hit the tab set button right there, and you hit the tab. It'll stop at that spot instead of going slamming all the way to the end. And you can set as many tabs as you want on this model. To clear it, you just hit the tab clear button right there on the left side, and it goes. Let's clear that. Let's keep that set right there. Open the hood. Touch control on the right spool here. It goes all the way up to 6. And all it does is create tension on the keys when you hit them, so you can type faster the higher the tension. The lower the tension, you don't have to hit the keys as hard to get them to print. This switch on the left side is the ribbon reverse. So if you flip it to the right, it'll pull to the left. If you switch it to the left, it'll pull. Actually, it needs to pull to the left, so when it's on the left, it pulls to the left, as you can see, pulling clockwise. And if you switch it to the right, it'll pull to the right. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the side, so it needs to go to that side, so that we're going to switch that to the left. That works good. Here's another cool function on this model, is if you push the button right here, This little latch goes down and you can pull the platen out and clean out that inside area. A lot of typewriters don't have that, and it's very difficult to get them out to clean. Sometimes people can't put them back together. It's just a nightmare on some of these models. And carriage release on the back of each knob. Those work good. This is to tighten your main spring, which pulls the carriage. So if it's not pulling hard enough, then you can tighten it with this knob here. Or if it's pulling too hard, maybe it's skipping, then you can adjust that. This lever on the left side here disables the spacing, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. When you flip it back, each one of those clicks is a space. Same concept when you push in this button here. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.